Hey everyone, welcome back. If you've ever tried sending an email campaign with Mailchimp and suddenly been hit with a compliance violation or the dreaded Omnivore Warning, you know how stressful and confusing it can be. Today, I'm breaking down exactly why Mailchimp flags accounts, what happens when you get that warning, and most importantly, how you can steer clear of getting into trouble in the future. By the end of this video, you'll feel confident about keeping your campaigns running smoothly and your audience happy. Let's jump right in and talk about why Mailchimp might flag your account in the first place. It basically comes down to protecting both the reputation of their platform and your sender reputation. One major reason is if you're using a list of emails that's purchased, scraped from the internet, or just really old. I know it sounds tempting if you're starting out and want to reach a bigger audience, but Mailchimp is serious about only allowing emails to people who have really given you permission to contact them. If your list is full of strangers who never asked to hear from you, Mailchimp's filters can usually tell, and that's a fast track to a warning. Another big trigger: high bounce rates or lots of spam complaints. Think of this like trying to deliver packages to houses that no longer exist or where nobody wants them. If your messages bounce back or people are hitting that spam button, it sends a red flag to Mailchimp that your list might not be as fresh or engaged as it should be. You'll also want to steer clear of sending any kind of content that Mailchimp considers spammy, misleading, or outright prohibited. This includes things like get-rich-quick schemes, certain supplements, or just over-the-top promises. Even if your intentions are good, the wording can sometimes cause issues, so it pays to be thoughtful. Another often overlooked issue is sending to what are called role-based email addresses, things like info@sales@admin@. These types of addresses aren't tied to a specific person, so they're more likely to generate bounces or complaints, and Mailchimp's compliance team will take notice. And finally, not authenticating your domain is a subtle one, but it's super important. If you're sending emails through Mailchimp but your domain isn't set up with SPF and DKIM authentication, your emails can get flagged as suspicious, sort of like showing up to a party without your invitation. So what happens if you do get flagged? Well, Mailchimp could pause or block your email campaigns while they investigate. This can be really frustrating if you have a deadline or promotion to hit. In some cases, you might even face account suspension until you can prove your list is legit. Usually, this means explaining exactly where your emails came from and how you built your list. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a hassle that's better avoided. The good news is, staying compliant is pretty straightforward with a few best practices. First, always use lists made up of people who have explicitly opted in. That means no buying lists and no using addresses you got from random sources. Take time to regularly clean your list, remove any invalid emails or people who haven't engaged in a long time. It might feel hard to prune your list, but a smaller, more engaged audience is always better for your reputation. Don't forget to authenticate your sending domain by setting up SPF and DKIM. It sounds technical, but most domain registrars and Mailchimp support have step-by-step guides. Also, be careful with your subject lines and content. Avoid anything that sounds too good to be true, and keep things personal and authentic. And finally, focus on sending to folks who actually open and click your emails. The more your audience interacts, the safer your campaigns will be from compliance issues. So that's the lowdown on Mailchimp compliance and Omnivore warnings. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or tips of your own. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical tutorials, and I'll see you in the next one.